I'm James Spann. This is the morning edition of the Weather Xtreme video for Tuesday, the 14th day of September. Things are nice and quiet here this morning. Looks like we stayed dry for a while, but the tropics are very active, which is what you expect this time of the year. Let's take a look at some of the Skycam shots at the ridiculous hour of 5 o'clock. Who should be awake at this hour? That's the Fayette Skycam. It's a nice, clear, cool morning up in northwest Alabama. We'll go way down south. That's the Dauphin Island Sea Lab Skycam. Of course, that's sitting down there at the mouth of Mobile Bay. Sky is clear in the Alabama Gulf Coast. And in Walker County, look at downtown Jasper. Water vapor satellite shot showing the active westerlies are north of here. Dry air in place and ridging across the deep south. And yeah, numbers look pretty good. Cool as 55 this morning. That's the observation coming from Gadsden. Birmingham, 9 degrees warmer at 64. Tuscaloosa at 62. And highs today should be close to 90. And quite frankly, looks like highs should be up at that spot almost every day for the next 7 days. Very close to 90, but the humidity stays fairly low and nights will be pleasant. Convective outlook. Slight risk of severe weather today for the western high plains, but be pretty hard to find a decent cloud in the sky around here today. And again, the pattern looks awfully dry. This is the rain for the next 5 days, valid through Saturday evening at 7 o'clock, and this is suggesting absolutely nothing here. A weak front comes in Friday, but the chance of rain with that looks very small. Most of the active weather well to the north, heaviest rain centered north of Kansas City. And down in the western Gulf, that rain is with a wave coming out of the Caribbean that should become a storm by the name of Carl that we'll talk about. In fact, here's a look at the big tropical scene this morning. You can see the wave in the Caribbean. And again, that thing is not developed so far. But we'll talk about that in a moment. Off to the east, you've got Igor, a hurricane, Julia, a tropical storm, and a new wave about to come off the coast of Africa. Here's a look at Igor. Very well organized, powerful storm. It's Category 3. The estimates have come down a little bit, and keep in mind there's no recon out there yet. It's too far away. But the guys at the Hurricane Center estimate the winds now at 135 miles per hour. Still strong enough. There's the track, and our friends on the island of Bermuda certainly have to be nervous looking at that. And I remember, Bermuda's a speck out there. The odds of that thing going right over the island are always pretty small, but goodness, that's awfully close. They've got the thing just southeast of Bermuda after midnight Saturday night as a weakening hurricane. They keep it as a Category 3 and then weaken it just a little bit as it approaches Bermuda. But again, that could change. We'll see. One way or the other, confidence is excellent. This will not affect the United States. The storm behind it is Julia. And again, note the wave train on the African continent still very active. Julia is packing estimated winds of 75, so it is now a hurricane. Did I call that a tropical storm? I think I did. It is now a hurricane. Let's look at the track. And again, this one should recurve way before the United States. And again, it will have some interaction with Igor, and that will produce some wind shear over the system, and it should weaken to a tropical storm this weekend. But again, this one more than likely recurves way before it gets to Bermuda. And in the Gulf, boy, it's quiet. But you go down to the Caribbean, you can see the wave down there below Cuba that's going to be crossing the Yucatan. The models do identify this, and most of them develop it. Of course, it's got to cross the Yucatan, comes out across the Bay of Campeche, the ultimate landfall in Mexico, down there below Brownsville, probably below Tampico. Perhaps as a hurricane. There's the intensity scheme, and you can see after some weakening over the Yucatan, many of the models bring it up to a strong tropical storm, even a couple bring it up to a hurricane. But again, no impact up here. So let's look at the GFS. This is the OZ run at 1 o'clock today. Core of the westerly stayed north, and down below the air dry as a bone. Sunny with a high today, fairly close to 90. And again, looking at the statistical guidance coming off the models, highs will be pretty close to 90 for the next 7 days if they're right, and they probably are. Here's tomorrow. Set low coming out of Kansas on Thursday. That surface low moves over to about Indianapolis, and we stay dry. There's going to be a front trailing that. Let's see what it looks like on Friday. Dry as a bone. Surface low well to the northeast, a surface boundary coming in here. No moisture means no significant chance of rain. We'll probably drop that slight chance if this keeps up on the 12Z run. And there's your tropical systems, Igor to the right and what should be Carl down to the south, approaching the Mexican coast. And again, that is way south of Brownsville. And there's Saturday starting off the weekend, ridging here. Down below that, we're dry. Carl goes inland to New Mexico, Igor moving north. Sunday, we're dry. Igor, again, that's a big hurricane, but no impact on the U.S. other than rough surf and high swells. Monday, Igor kicks out. We're dry. And a week from today, guess what? We're dry. Check the end of the forecast on the 29th. But again, this will change. Yesterday morning, we had the big deep trough and the nice cool air getting in here. Well, now we have a 588 ridge. And that would suggest no cool air. Down below that, a tropical system. And I'll say this now, that the model has been very persistent in this idea of something down there in the Bay of Campeche at the end of the month. But whether it comes up here or not depends on the upper air pattern. And with a ridge, it won't. But with a trough, it would. So, again, this is all voodoo. We're just out there peeking. You know the deal. That's it for the Weather Extreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 3:30 or so today. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening. ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.